Hi guys, British Bagel here. My mobile app is not working, so I'm not recording an intro on there. But in today's video, I'm going to give you a full and complete guide to wiring in Yeeps. Okay, let's get to it. So, let's go to creative mode. I'm going to start from scratch. I'll show you everything you need to know. So, this is a wire.
You didn't have to cut me off.
And you can connect wires by putting more. You can even get super long ones like this. And you can have corner wires. Basically, you can have wires connect to literally anywhere. So, what would you want to connect with wires? First of all, there are buttons. So you see on the edge of the button, it's got this little hook, wire hole. So what you could do is attach a wire to the end, and then on the other end, you could maybe have a screen. And you see on this end, the screen also has a wire hole. So what you're going to want to do is put another wire here, or you could just connect them like this. So you see the wire connects the two holes, you put it there, and now if you press the button, the screen turns on. That was very basic wiring, so I'm going to explain every single wiring tool that you get in the new update in this video. So first of all, we have all these wires, which I've already told you about, and then these. What are these? These are wood pieces that have a wire running through them, so you can actually make your world look nice. So in your world, you could either have a really long wire like this, or you could have a wood piece that goes too long. Which one are you going to have? Probably the wood piece. Basically, you want to use the wood pieces to hide your wiring in maps, because they kind of look bad. They basically do the same thing, but you'd probably use this one if you want to hide it more, and this one if you want it to be like a big red button on the wall. This is a power block, so it basically sends a positive output to whatever it's connected to. That could be a screen, it could be like a door, something like that. I'll get to it later. Next are the blocks of trapped wood. So you see they have that wire slot on the end? So say we connect this to a screen like this. Basically, when you step on or touch a piece of trapped wood, it will send a signal to whatever it's connected to. So you step on it like this, you see it activated the wire there. Let me make the wire longer so you can see, and then I'll connect a screen to the end. So you see, if I step on or I touch this piece of trapped wood, it activates the wire. You could use these to have like hidden entrances to doors or something like that, but those are really cool. And you have bigger versions and smaller versions, so you can make it look nice in your world. Next, we have these little gates that you can go through, and basically, you see this wire slot on the end? You connect it to this, and then we could, and again, we'll just use the screens as an example. You can basically use anything. So when you go through it, then that will activate what the wire is connected to. You see, I go through it, and then it activates the wire. Okay, now we're going to move on to all of these gates over here. So the first one is this AND gate. Okay, so basically, with the AND gate, then you need two inputs to make an output. So that's why it's called an AND gate, because you need one input and another input to make it go through. So look, if I connect two buttons to it, then look. If I press one button, it does nothing. If I press the other button, it does nothing. But when I press them at the same time, it goes through and this lights up. So look, I press this, the light bulb does not light up. I press this, it doesn't. But if I press them both, it goes through, and now the light bulb is lit up. The next gate is the OR gate. This is basically the opposite. You need either one input or another. So you see, if I push one button, it does go through. Same with the other button. Basically, you only need one input, so you can have it from multiple directions, but you only actually need one, so it's good for gambling machines and stuff. Basically, no matter what, you're going to have a positive output. It doesn't make a difference whether I press the left button or the right button, they're both going to light up the screen. This is a NOT gate, and basically it's always on a positive output unless you tell it to have a negative output. So if I connect it to a button, it's always positive, but if I press the button, for a limited time it will go off and then back on. It's basically the opposite of other gates. So look, if I connect a screen to the end, like normal, then look, the screen is always going to stay on, but if I press the button, it will go off for a few seconds, and then it will come back on, but you can't make it stay off. This is an XOR gate, and basically if I press one button with one input, then it will come on. With either button, it will go on. but if you press both at the same time, it goes off. You can only have one input. If there's more, then it will not activate. So if I press one button, it's on. If I press the other button, it's on. But if I press both buttons, this is a toggle gate, and basically all it means is that it will stay on or off depending on whether you press the button. So right now the screen is off. If I press the button, the toggle will keep the screen on forever until I press the button again, and then it will go off. But this way you can have things going on forever. You can have doors that stay open and not just close after a few seconds. This is basically the key to a lot of things. The final gate is the randomizer, and basically it does what it says. It randomizes. So if I press the button, it will lead to this, and then it will choose which screen it's going to light up, which way it's going to go. So look, which screen will I get the first time? It chose the left side. This time, it chose the right side. Let's see what it chooses this time. The right side again. So you see it's completely random, so you could use this for an actual gambling machine or something, like I'm sure a lot of people already have. But basically it will randomly choose which side it wants to go to. Alright, that's enough about all the gates, onto the other stuff. Next we've got the pulse delays and extenders, which are really useful. This is the small pulse extender. So basically, if you click the button, even if this bit goes off, it will keep your pulse on for a little bit longer. This also works with bigger ones. But basically, so I press the button. Usually it would just go off when this goes off, but because of this stays on, and therefore this wire stays on, and therefore the screen stays on. So let's do them side by side at the exact same time. As you can see, this screen is going to stay on for a lot longer. This one is a big pulse extender, so when I click it, it's going to keep the screen on for a lot longer, even after this button goes off. See, it's still on even while I'm talking. It's going to stay on for a while. When is this? Okay, there we go. This is the small pulse delay. So when I click it, it's going to stop the pulse for a second and then light up the screen. So I'll click it and it will delay the pulse for like a second or something, and then it will go through to the screen. Basically the opposite of the pulse extender. Alright, onto the wireless receivers and transmitters. This is a wireless transmitter and this is a wireless receiver, and they activate according to pins. So basically, we're going to connect this to a button. Basically, this is going to activate all of these. So if I click this will activate that. And we can have multiple receivers that will receive it at the exact same time. So look, I click this, they all receive it. And now we can put screens on the end of these. Basically, it saves your wires. So you can place this, and then it will light them all up at the same time, regardless of whether you have wires. The TV, I think it's pretty self-explanatory, so I have a wire connecting from the bottom of it to a button. When I click the button, the TV will come on. Since I'm basically going over the entire tech web, here's some of the decoration stuff. You've got some nuclear signs, Among Us, a barrel, and you've got a steering wheel. A powered confetti cannon, you press the button, it activates it, but it doesn't turn it on or off. Next on the list are doors, which is a big part of this update because they actually work. So look, if I connect that, press the button, it opens, and then it closes again. They have lots of different sizes of those doors. They also have these hidden doors, which is basically the same thing except they look like wood. So you can just have a piece of the ball that opens up when the button's pressed. Anyway, my headset's almost dead. I hope that covered everything, and ask me in the comments if you have any questions. Anyway, hopefully that helps with your wiring builds, and thanks for watching. Bye.